Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Mind Path to Thalamus, and thank you for watching. Thalamus is a first-person puzzle game, guys, with a focus on the abstract and beautiful visuals, which it accomplishes very well, by the way. If I had to compare it to something, it would be probably something like Only If. Like we had a Let's Play series on that a while back, but it's far less silly, in my opinion, and a little bit less strange. Well, I mean, it's still strange in a way, but Only If was random. How about that? And this is more, serious narrative. There is a path that you're going through, and it just takes itself more seriously as far as the storyline goes in general. It released on Steam August 2014, and it was developed by Carlos Coronado, or Coronado, I don't know how it's pronounced, and published by Surprise Attack Games. And also, the game was developed with the help of other people, but that was the primary developer. You can go ahead and get Mind Path to Thalamus on Steam for $12.99. Now, guys, full disclosure, I reviewed some games for Surprise Attack. I think it was a OTTD, and then they asked me if I wanted to check this game out, and I didn't know what it was, to be honest with you. I somehow missed this on Steam, seeing this, which I kind of regret missing it now, but I checked it out and I saw some of the images and it looked really, really cool. It looked really pretty. It looked very strange, and I didn't exactly know what to expect from it. But when I started playing it, I really liked the game, but the problem is that it's one of those games that the journey of the game itself is the pleasure of the game. And those aren't necessarily the best games to do indie views on, because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. I want you guys to be able to play this game, enjoy it. So, but I'm going to do this interview. I'm going to go play this game here. But I'm going to just put a little kind of disclaimer. Two things. One, yes, there will be spoilers in this video. So if you have any inklings towards buying this game, I encourage you to just skip this video, buy the game, and then play the game, because the journey of the game is the beautiful part. The music and the visuals and all the puzzles and all the things that you'll be dealing with. And the second thing I want to say is that if you have a tendency towards motion sickness, I apologize. You may get that a little bit. I know I did just a teeny tiny bit when I was playing Thalamus here, guys. So let's go ahead and let's get into the game here. I'm going to just actually start from the prologue, and we'll just start making our way forward. Because again, I'm not trying to spoil too much. I played the game for about an hour now, and actually I got pretty decently far. But I want to just show it off from the very beginning here. Now remember, this is kind of what I like to refer to as gamer art. It's meant to kind of,
how many times will I kill her?
For one thing, shock you. I'll let him talk. Nice. Slug bug. Alright, so the game basically starts off in a very strange setting. You're not really sure what's going on. All we do know is there's a giant freaking tornado. Oh my god. As far as the controls go, obviously pretty simple. You got your mouse, you got WASD controls. There is no controller support that I am aware of. You can basically just play it with your keyboard and mouse. So like I said, the game is just really kind of meant to would kind of draw an emotional response from you. It's almost, I want to say, borderline emotionally manipulative, if a game could pull that off. I better haul ass, huh? Sending around a tornado is probably not a good idea. Also, the game does have some, language. If you have issues with that, I apologize. But, yeah, the game is about, well, you'll see as we kind of head forward here through these really gorgeous visuals, by the way. It really does a cool job. That tornado looks really intense, even though it's not... Is it moving? Oh, good lord. Damn! Yeah, that tornado is heading straight towards us. Good lord! Or is that a tsunami? I don't know. Hurricane, tsunami. They're all different. I live in a desert. I don't really experience that kind of thing. Oh, that's a perfectly wastable flat screen. That's a beautiful TV. And the game does a really good job of kind of presenting also these kind of visually haunting scenarios here.
Damn it!
It's just kind of... Oh, there's... Well, you'll be seeing that a lot, by the way. It does a really good job of just kind of presenting these kind of visually haunting scenarios. Even though it's not necessarily a horror game, it does a really good job of kind of making you feel a little bit creeped out, giving you goosebumps. So obviously, you play a character of a guy looking for his, Sophia, his daughter, I guess, or maybe, and you can't really, you don't know what the hell is really going on to start. And it all starts off very mysterious, is the best way to describe it, and it kind of presents to you as you kind of move through the game, start completing puzzles and such, the story itself. And from what I understand exactly, the game's gone through some script changes because apparently there's a lot of, I don't want to say abstract. By the way, the screen's blurry for a reason. That's actually part of the game, not because you're tripping balls or my my recording program started freaking out. It's just a blurry for like this right now. But yeah, basically, there's been a couple of script changes.
Will I kill her? I've asked myself that question 1,000 times. It was always there, flying around my head like my own personal vulture, waiting for me to die and scavenge my corpse. It was the only thing I could think about when I ended up in that hospital bed.
Obviously, there is some voice work going on in this game, guys, and it's fairly well done voice work. I will say that much. The story is it's. I mean, the overall tone of the game is kind of, I'm gonna say, slightly melancholy. It's like I said, it's kind of a sad story. You get the impression this guy has suffered some sort of a loss, and
Sophia in danger, taking her with me on the job.
Yeah.
Severe weather phenomena. It's more exciting than it sounds.
Let him talk here.
Extreme weather. There's some radical 90s slang for you.
Now, those little flies you saw by, that's actually going to be kind of a common theme
At least this time
in the game.
Didn't suffer. Well, had I known. But I didn't. Not yet.
Those little flies are going to become a common theme because there is, in a weird way, kind of like almost like an enemy in this game, like something that's trying to get you almost. I'm not sure if it's death. I'm not really sure what is the abstract representation of. I'm sure maybe it'll be answered sometime through the story. But like I said, I've only played the game for about an hour. I didn't get that deep into the game, so I couldn't really tell you what everything obviously is going to be, what everything obviously means. But again, that is the point of this game. The journey of this game is the pleasure of this game. It's the enjoyment of this game. You're going to basically play this game and not really know what the hell is ever going on. Now, we could walk up this path, and this is, by the way, this is kind of the representation of death, I guess you could say. Like, if we were to walk through that door, I'll just show you really quick. Yep, it's death. Game over. Well, not game over, but basically kind of respawn. And you can essentially kind of die in this game. But it doesn't really, there's not many consequences for it, other than you kind of have to, like, you teleport back to where you were, or have to start a particular puzzle over again, or, well, not even start the puzzle over again, but maybe start from a particular point over again. And yeah, it's just, that is a strange representation of some sort of death in this game.
A drawing. The first of many. It had been too long since Sophia had been more than a whisper screaming in the back of my mind.
Well, if you didn't notice, we were walking through a room, and that room is now gone.
I admit, at that moment, hope started to flourish inside me. Where would the drawings lead me?
And this is the part that really reminded me of Only If, for example. It's just the way the game starts kind of screwing with your mind. Like, you go to the end of this hallway here, and there's nothing. There's a dead end, and there's a dead end over here, and then there's a dead end right there. And oh, suddenly there's a path. I love that kind of mind play, the way it just kind of screws with your head like that. That's just, to me, is really kind of the cool part of this game, is just the way it kind of messes with your head and the way things are presented. Someone needs to stop putting chairs on walls. They go on floors. How are we supposed to sit down in those damn chairs? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe this is for those like weird like chicks from horror movies that walk up walls. If they want to take a seat, they crawl up the wall and sit on that. But yeah, the visuals are obviously fantastic. They're very gloomy, and but they're also vibrant at the same time, depending on the environment that you end up in, which you'll get to check out here a little bit later on. I'm going to head, I think, probably past the first couple of puzzles. And there is puzzles in this game. That's one thing I should mention. Which actually, we're actually our first puzzle right now. There is objects in this game that you can pick up that, well, serve many functions and can do many things, particularly like this strange-looking blue ball thing right here. This veiny thorn thing. I don't know what the hell you want to call it. It's called like a tumbleweed, almost like a blue tumbleweed. And these blue objects, these balls, basically allow you to affect the environment in different ways. So let me give you an example. Over here, at the end of this train track, you see there's kind of like a big stormy cloud thing over there, right? Well, that's our path forward. That's how we progress forward into this game and into the next area. But if we were to approach that, you'll see what happens here. That's another thing I really wish the game maybe had slightly a little bit more of, is a run button. And you can see, as I kind of approach it, I can't get into it. It's like an invisible barrier. It's just pushing me back because it's basically just kind of like a mini tornado right there. It's not going to let me pass. But, and this is where the abstract, kind of art part kicks in. If I were to step into this thing, well, suddenly everything becomes foggy and the tornado disappears. If I step out of it, though, the tornado restores itself. So, obvious answer is, there we go. Put the ball down in there, which kind of activates, I don't know if you want to call it like a pressure plate. I don't really understand what that is. I just know that's the way it works, basically. And there's like a lot of puzzles in this game. Apparently, there's like 30 puzzles total, which span across like 20 different kinds of environments. And we were just hit by a train and we're dead. This is why they say never walk on the train tracks, kids. Don't walk on the train tracks. You'll get hit by, philosophical abstract trains. Gosh dang it. Okay. So as you can see, every time you kind of solve a puzzle, you're kind of brought to a new area where, you're going to be kind of hearing more of the story and trying to figure out more things of. And that's kind of the entire narrative of the game, which, by the way, look, if you look around here, this is freaking gorgeous. Actually, everything on the floor is reflective. So, as you can see right there, there's a pylon. It's reflecting off the surface of that. And that is actually going to become a theme for this particular area. It's very important for you to know that. Because there'll be certain puzzles that require for us to look at the reflection.
Even more so than I, laughing away while playing on a swing set. I saw it coming before she did. And I ran and ran and ran and didn't look back until I was safe, all the way up in a tree. It was all over in a split second. No dramatic exit. And suddenly, she was gone.
Well, you're a real dick. Obviously, like I said, this is just about some guy's, journey. I'm pretty sure he's dead. I don't really know. Look at that. That's freaking gorgeous. I'm also kind of afraid of heights, and that kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. And I'm just looking at my screen, for God's sakes. But yeah, the visuals are really gorgeous. The game does a really good job of presenting these just really beautiful, picturesque painted backgrounds that are just really, really awesome looking. I really enjoy them, and I can look at them for hours and just be like drooled. They're very pretty, and you can really kind of explore the environments, unlike in Only If, where you were kind of stuck to certain rooms, as it were. In this game, you can explore quite a bit. Let's see if we can reach that pole okay, we can't reach that over there, but as you can see, we kind of did stray pretty far from the main path before we hit an invisible wall here. So, you can explore, and there's some exploration that, you should be doing, because there's Easter eggs and achievements that you can unlock, and I imagine those are probably hidden and scattered throughout the game. So, you can explore, but obviously eventually you will be kind of hitting a wall, because the game is more narrative. It's about going, down this particular path, towards a particular story, towards a particular thing, from A to B to C to, whatever. You're supposed to beat the game, and find out what the hell happens to this poor man and his daughter, or I don't know really what the hell is going on at this point. So right now we're just kind of moving around along these red vines, this disconnected area here. Obviously, again, we're just going to follow the white lines, which forms an invisible bridge. All you got to do is just follow that, and it just leads you, obviously, to safety. Now, if you were to drop off, good lord, that's a big old canyon. We drop off, we probably just respawn, like at the beginning of where we were over there, and then have to just walk back across again. But this leads to the first main puzzle area, so I'm going to try to get through this as fast as humanly possible. Oh, look at that, what's up there? Well, it's something we've seen before. It was something that was in the house, that was hit by the tornado, or hurricane, whatever the hell you want to call it. Now, again, if you look at the reflection, you could see that there's stairs there. Remember that. Now that's going to create some sort of reflection of light, a kind of a beam, which apparently is kind of like doing something to these red vines. I'm not really sure what, but basically that red vine was blocking our path before, and now it's gone. So we can continue moving downwards to the next mirror, or reflective thingy, or I don't know what the hell that is. Even though, because you don't have a reflection, so you're a vampire. Oh my god. He's a vampire. He wants to suck my blood. Which brings us to our next puzzle area. Again, now you have to start playing with the physics of the game, because again, this does have puzzles in the games, guys, and the puzzles aren't. I didn't find them too challenging. So basically, what we have here, we have two little, these basically pressure plates, which suck in that air, create a foggy environment, and that's basically it. We need to somehow get up to that mirror up there. Now, one would think you could just, like, put your arms up and pull yourself up, but he can't for some reason, and he has to find a way up there through, using the physics and the puzzle aspects. Now, this took me actually about 8 minutes to figure out, but all you really need to do is that, basically, use the pressure of the air currents to push you up onto this ledge and simply walk up to the mirror. It's just that kind of puzzles and kind of the manipulation of physics and of, your perception that is pretty well done in this game. And I will say that the puzzles are... Actually, this particular area right here was one of my favorite puzzle areas. The next one was okay, but I really liked this one. So, if you look at the reflective surface, what do you see? We see stairs up there, right? But no stairs down there. Well, that's because they're screwing with our perception. This is not real. This is completely and totally fake. Even though we're looking at it, it's completely and totally fake. So we need to find a way to get to that mirror. But where are the stairs? Not there. Well, if we look down here, we can see that there's a reflection of a stairs in the water right there. And that is because there's an actual path right there. And you basically I've already done this puzzle, so as you can imagine, again, spoilers, and I apologize for that, but yeah, I've beaten these puzzles, so I kind of know what to do. Even though it did take me, quite a while to figure out what to do. I had to look at this a couple times to figure out exactly what it is that needed to be done. But I just enjoy that kind of abstract puzzling. I enjoy that they're screwing with the concept of reality, and basically they're saying, okay, well, we're in a spiritual dimension, obviously, of some sort. Let's just screw with all the rules and make things whatever way we like. I enjoy that aspect. It's not exactly your typical puzzle-esque elements, and I like that. So this is kind of going to be they're showing you almost in a way how puzzles work. It kind of shows you, like, okay, well, this is obviously this is going to happen this way, and then it presents to you in much larger areas. So, like, there's like 4 mirrors in this area that we need to activate for us to actually beat this particular part of the game. And it's actually maybe the last puzzle I think I might be doing here, because again, the story, the journey of this game is the pleasure of it, guys. It's the fun part of this game. And we got, again, by the way, using the physics engine to kind of bounce our asses up there. So again, we have kind of like different environments here. As you can see, look down at the reflective surfaces. Some of them are stairs. Some of them are not real. But, some of them are real, obviously, for instance. And like I said, I've beaten this puzzle, so I kind of know what to do. This took me about, I would say about 30 minutes, but about 20.
And my own Sophia survived too.
Actually, hold on. It took me about, I want to say 10 minutes to beat it, not 30 minutes. It didn't take you that long. Because I got pretty deep into the game, I realized. But yeah, it took me about 10 minutes to figure this out, what to do here. Basically kind of figure out the paths to things. I apologize for talking over the voiceover. But, again, if you're interested in the story, go buy the game. I highly suggest you do that, because you're going to get the maximum enjoyment from this game. From, obviously, where was this? Is it right here? Yeah, it's right here. Okay, wait, I don't remember. There we go. You're obviously going to get the most enjoyment from this game, from doing the puzzles, from hearing the story, hearing him talk about the journey and what happened to him. And like I mentioned earlier, apparently there's going to be some sort of like script changes to the game itself. What that means exactly, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, it's this way and that way? No, I don't remember. What is it? What is it? Let's look at it from a side angle here. Oh, right. Gosh dang it. Where's that path? I walked right off of it. That's what happened. I didn't miss it. I just walked right off of it like a douche. Oh, wait, what? Am I crazy here? Or... Oh, right. I apologize. I'm forgetting how to do things here, guys. I did it pretty quickly. And that is officially all 4 mirrors now. So all we have to do now, basically, is that, of course, has moved some sort of red branches out of our way for us to kind of progress forward. So all we have to do is just wait for that to suck in, and... Oh, I missed. Okay, we'll try that again. We'll try it one more time. Well, actually, we're going to try it until we get it, but... There we go. So that moved all these red branches out of the way, so you can imagine, which allowed us to drop in here, bloop, and find the next mirror, and move on to the next area. And it's just puzzles like that are really, they're nice. They're basically, there's a lot of these kinds of puzzles throughout this game. They do a very good job of kind of giving you hints occasionally as to what you're supposed to be doing. But for the most part, they kind of leave you to your devices to figure things out. This is definitely where I'm actually going to end the video here, guys, because I think this, beyond this point, things, you know, where you want to, if I've watched up to this point, you want to play this game for yourself, I think. It's beautiful, just beautiful scenarios right here. Path to Thalamus right there. This reminds me of Inception with just the walls and the vast infinite oceans. And it's just really, just beautiful, gorgeous stuff here. As you just walk around, I just want you to take in the visuals here. It's just really gorgeous stuff here, guys. You know, and if you're not into visuals, though, I mean, if you're not into, like, this kind of gamer art, which is what I call this, you know, this game obviously it's a specific genre, it's a specific, you know, niche, as it were, which, you know, you may be into, you may not be into at all. But yeah, it's a really pretty game. It's very well done. Some of the puzzles are very abstract. The voice acting is well done. I'm not really sure how I feel about the story all in all. Like I said, it's just, it gets a little sad. The best way to describe. Oh, look at that, footprints. Are those mine? No, they're not. I didn't see those last time. Oh. These are sand people. They travel in single file to hide their numbers. I'm kind of curious. I didn't see these footprints last time, so I'm kind of... Ah. Came from the boat. Interesting. I didn't see that last time I played, so I was kind of distracted by all the prettiness. I'm like, oh, the ocean and the mountains are so pretty. And obviously, you can follow these footsteps, and it'll lead you to your puzzle piece, as it were, guys. But yeah, there's a lot of things here to enjoy. The music is very well done. The sounds are very well done. Like I said, it does a really good job. You heard that toy box earlier, or what are they called? Music boxes. And it's just a really good job of creating a very apprehensive environment. It just makes you feel like you're always on edge. But at the same time, still, you know, with beautiful visuals, it does a really good job of mixing the two. And I really like that about the game. But, you know, guys, so brass tacks, it's a very beautiful game, but it's not your typical game. So if you're not into gaming or into abstract puzzles, guys, then you may not enjoy this all that much. However, if you are into that kind of game and open to those kinds of, you know, imagery and that kind of setting, then this certainly has enough for you to chew on in this game, guys. From, like I said, great visuals to the music, the sound, the voice acting being done fairly well. It's a solid game in this, you know, niche, this genre of games. Although, like I mentioned earlier, I find it to be just a little bit melancholy, just a little bit depressing, which, you know, is fine. That isn't a bad thing, that a game can kind of pull that emotion out of you, but I tend to primarily games to have fun, so, you know, just, again, don't take that as in a bad way. That's just kind of a personal thing here, guys. As far as, you know, replayability goes, obviously it's not probably going to have that much because it's obviously a very, you know, narrative game. It's very linear, and you basically just will beat the game. You'll hear the story, you'll do the puzzles, and that will be it. However, I did not run into any bugs while playing this game, which is awesome. I think the game's pretty awesome because I think you will enjoy it. As far as, let's say, graphics and manipulation of options and all that goes, it's very minimalistic. As you can see, the UI is minimalistic. there's really not much to say as far as the options go in this game here, guys. And then one little personal tip, just one thing that kind of bugs me, is that I think the balls that you manipulate in this game can be, I know I'm laughing at this, the fact that I said balls, are kind of huge, and they can be kind of obtrusive to the environment, and because they're a key element to certain puzzles, you kind of have to carry them in front of you at all times. So they can kind of just block your view occasionally. That's something that just kind of bugged me occasionally. You know what? It's a great game. I think you guys will enjoy it, especially if you're into gamer art and this style of game, guys. So big thanks to the developer and publisher for a chance to review this game. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, and I'll keep bringing you awesome games, guys. Until next time, play more indie games.